By the way, a new report shows that revenue for the Maryland Teachers Union grew from 19 million in 2013 to more than 26 million just last year. And by the way, within that same time period, maths test scores have sunk and reading test scores plummeted from one of the highest scores in the country. Denisha Allen is with the American Federation for Children. She joins me now. Denisha, I guess the first question is, why is the teachers union being rewarded for such poor results?
And that's a good question. Thanks for having me on. We have to ask,
Yes.
why is the teachers union able to continue to collect millions and millions of dollars when student performance continues to decline? They should not be rewarded for just the dismal results that's happening, and they should be held accountable. The state legislature should be held accountable because our students are failing every single day. Maryland has continued to also see an uptick in violent crime, and we wonder why that is. It's because they can't read, they can't do math, so they're obviously going to turn to crime and vice. The answer here is to give parents an opportunity to flee these failing public schools and to give them more freedom and opportunity, provide them with school choice.
You know, you say elementary school children are failing in math and incredibly high school kids graduating without even knowing how to read. How is that possible in this country? Am I just naive?
No, you're not. It's a question that we should all be asking. How is this able to happen? In Maryland, only 26% of the kids are reading on grade level. It's 18% for students who are Black. That's unacceptable. In Baltimore, the worst school district in Maryland, each kid gets $22,000 per kid per year. And they recently found that in 13 schools, 0 kids tested proficient in math. 0 kids, while they're getting $22,000 per kid per year.
Ugh.
How is this happening? There is a public outcry. There have been lawsuits that have been filed in the district in Baltimore specifically, to say that there's a mismanagement of funds here. We need more of these cases to happen, because what's happening here in Baltimore, what's happening in Maryland is an outrage. We're going to continue to see more crime. We're going to continue to see more failure if we don't remedy this. And the solution here that I would love to propose is that we give that money directly to parents. We give the money to parents to allow them to shop around and find the best educational outlet for their kid. We've seen this happen across the country, and students are succeeding. And that's what we need to do here as well.
I want to bring up this issue with you, Denisha. Nearly 15 million students chronically missed school last year. It's a problem in nearly 70% of high poverty schools. Why are so many kids absent, and how can this be allowed to happen?
Ashley, I wouldn't be surprised if the kids were not coming to school because they weren't good at it. I failed the 3rd grade twice because I couldn't read. And it wasn't until I got a scholarship to go to a private school that I started to love education again. Why would these kids go to school when the system is not set up for them to learn? The system is not teaching them. They're chronically failing year after year. They're just a paycheck, to be honest. And so that's not any motivation for a kid to come to school. And we look at the results of this. Maryland has a high violent crime rate, and that's what the kids are doing. They're not in school and they're committing crime and vice. We need to get these kids back into a warm, welcoming school environment and give them education freedom. When I got the opportunity to get a scholarship to go to a private school, I began to love school. I wanted to go every single day. Think of how much more these kids would love education if we invested in them, allowed their parents to take those dollars and direct them to whatever learning environment that best meets their needs. That's what we need to do.
Exactly.
We should have a system of care.
We do. Right. Well, Denisha, firstly, I want to thank you for being with us today, but also I want to thank you for fighting the good fight and trying to make a difference in children's lives who so vitally need the proper education. Denisha, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashley.